The memecoin market can change in seconds. 1 minute a token is exploding because of hype, and the next it can completely collapse. After launching and trading different projects and learning from plenty of mistakes along the way, I eventually developed a process that works far better than simply relying on luck or chasing whatever is pumping. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact launch workflow I use, from creating the token all the way to setting up liquidity and monitoring the market. One of the biggest lessons I learned was to stop treating every token like a quick pump and start treating it like an actual project. A strong concept, recognizable branding, and clean execution can make a huge difference when you're competing for attention. These days, most of my focus is on creating and launching new meme coins. When I first started, I used Pump.fun because it was one of the easiest places to get started and had a massive amount of activity. It's definitely useful for learning the basics, but the competition is intense, and even a good concept can disappear if the timing isn't right. Eventually, I wanted a launch process with more control over the token and liquidity. That's what led me toward Radium. The ecosystem gives you more flexibility, and once the liquidity pool is created, your token can trade directly through the wider Solana ecosystem. For the actual token creation process, I'm using Pump.fun. The platform handles most of the technical work, meaning you don't need to manually write a smart contract or have advanced blockchain development knowledge. The entire token can be configured and launched within just a few minutes. Step 1. Create the branding. Before anyone looks at your chart, they see the name and the image. That's why I always start with the branding. A recognizable image can make someone stop scrolling and immediately understand what the token is about. The concept can come from a meme, a person, an internet trend, or anything else that already has attention around it. For today's launch, we're going with Kimchi, the meme coin trader. The idea is to take the recognizable Kimchi meme coin trader concept and turn it into a simple, memorable meme coin that people can instantly associate with the character and the crypto culture surrounding it. Before uploading your logo, make sure the image is resized to 128 by 128 pixels, which is the required format for the platform. Step 2. Create the token. Now head over to Splix.fun and connect your Solana wallet. Enter the basic token information. Name: Kimchi ticker, KIMCH1X. Upload the 128 by 128 logo we prepared earlier. Once everything looks correct, we can move on to the token configuration. Step 3. Description and information. For most launches, there's no need to overcomplicate the default token configuration. The description is where you can quickly explain the meme or give people a reason to remember the project. For Kimchi, I would keep the description short and directly connected to the concept. For example, Kimchi is cooking. You can also add your Twitter, Telegram, Discord, or website if you're planning to build an actual community around the project. If the goal is simply to test a launch and focus on market momentum, you can keep those additional fields minimal. Step 4. Secure the token. This is one of the most important parts of the setup. Before launching, I recommend reviewing the token authorities and removing permissions that aren't necessary. First, you have the freeze authority. Revoking it means the token creator can no longer freeze token accounts and prevent transfers. Next is the mint authority. Once revoked, no additional tokens can be created, meaning the supply is permanently fixed. Finally, there's the update authority. Revoking this prevents the token's metadata from being modified later. These permissions are important because experienced Solana traders often check them before buying. Leaving unnecessary authorities enabled can immediately create additional concerns for potential buyers. So before launching, make sure the settings match what you actually want the token to be. Step 5. Launch and verify. Everything is ready. Click Launch. Approve the wallet transaction, and after the transaction confirms, your Kimchi token will be live on Solana. Now open the token on SolScan and verify that everything was created correctly. You can check the token supply, holders, transactions, and other on-chain information directly from the blockchain. At this point, the token exists, but it still needs liquidity before people can properly trade it. Step 6. Create the liquidity pool. Now we're moving to Radium. Connect the same wallet and create a new liquidity pool using your Kimchi token. For token A, select KIMCH1X and decide how much of your supply you want to provide as liquidity. For token B, select SOL and choose the amount you're willing to pair with the token. The exact amount depends entirely on your strategy and risk tolerance. You don't want to provide more capital than you're comfortable putting at risk. Once you're happy with the amounts, confirm the transaction. After the transaction completes, the Kimchi/SOL pool will be live on Radium. From there, traders can interact with the token, and the pair can begin appearing across different Solana trading and charting interfaces. Step 7. Monitor the launch. Now comes the part that requires the most patience. Open the live chart and watch how the market develops. You obviously can't predict exactly what will happen. Every launch attracts a different combination of bots, early buyers, traders, and people looking for momentum. But after watching enough launches, you start noticing recurring patterns. Some tokens immediately attract volume. Others take time to gain attention. Sometimes the first wave of buyers creates momentum, while other launches experience an immediate sell-off. The important thing is to watch the actual market instead of assuming that every launch will behave the same way. So, let's see what happens with Kimchi. Video speeds up. After the pool has been active for a while and the position has grown significantly, this is where I start thinking about protecting the results rather than blindly waiting for the chart to go higher. If your strategy involves removing liquidity, head back to Pump.fun and open the liquidity management section. Select the minus button, move the liquidity slider to 100%, and approve the transaction. Once the transaction confirms, your liquidity will be removed from the Radium pool. And that's the complete process. We started with just 1 SOL to create and fund the launch, and now our balance around 5 SOL, so it's a big win. Of course, the result of every launch will be different. There is no guaranteed strategy in crypto, and a successful launch doesn't mean the next one will perform the same way. What matters is having a repeatable process, managing your risk, and learning from every launch instead of relying entirely on luck. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Solana and memecoin tutorials. And if you want to follow future launches, strategies, and giveaways, join the Telegram community.